At the time of writing this, Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash just released Volume 17, and so far, I have made videos summarizing Volumes 1 through 11. Today, I just want to take some time to recap said volumes, in order to emphasize some crucial details that you might have forgotten. I'll also throw in a bit of speculation and teasers for what's to come. Level 1 actually kicks off with one of those crucial details, so take it away, past self. Upon exiting the cave, they meet an eccentric and playful girl sporting twin tails. She is named Hyomu, and she leads our group of strangers to the Red Moon office of the Volunteer Soldier Corps. Now, Hyomu was entirely cut from the anime, and she doesn't really do anything noteworthy in Volume 1, but you do need to make a mental note of her as she becomes a very important character way down the line. Then, as you know, each member of the squad picks a different guild, and together they begin hunting goblins. This leads to MANATO dying, Haruhiro becomes the leader, they recruit Mary, and then get revenge on the goblins that killed MANATO. Level 2 has the squad enter into the Cyrene Mines, where they kill some kobolds, lay Mary's former comrades to rest, and claim the bounty for slaying the infamous Death Spot. Level 3 ramps up the plot by hinting at Haru's past as it introduces a girl named Choco. The squad then accepts a mission to attack an orc fortress alongside hundreds of other soldiers. It's during this epic battle that Haru watches as Choco gets brutally stabbed to death, which momentarily causes him to remember his past life where he was actually in love with Choco. Though this memory quickly fades away as the squad plays a key role in defeating the orc commander Zoran. However, it's not a happy ending, as the brick wall that is Moguzo go completely limp and crumple to the ground. Level 4 shows the squad trying to move forward without Moguzo. They are more or less forced to recruit a paladin named Kuzaku, and set off to a new area called the Wonder Hole. Shortly after arriving, the squad fights some new enemies and promptly get their asses kicked. They were actually very close to dying, but ended up being saved by the legendary Soma. Soma then invites them to join his clan. They immediately accept, making them the 5th team to join the Daybreakers. The squad then grows significantly stronger and ends up battling against General Grievous, who puts up one hell of a fight. Level 5 continues the adventure through the Wonder Hole, where the squad teams up with an eccentric party known as the Tokis. Together, the 12 of them explore an uncharted cave and discover a whole new world. The Tokis then deceive the squad and end up getting themselves trapped inside of the Dusk Realm. The squad then goes to rescue the Tokis and wind up fighting off a white giant in the process. Level 6 takes place a few weeks later, as volunteers have begun to overrun the Dusk Realm. That's when the Tokis come up with the bright idea to put together a raid party to attack a walking skyscraper. This leads us to meeting Team Akira, which turns out to be party number 3 in the Daybreakers. The volunteers then go to war and are forced to retreat due to the unbelievably powerful Hydras. But it's during this chaos that Haru learns that the Daybreakers' true objective is to find their way back to Earth. Then just before escaping, their exit is suddenly cut off, forcing the squad to flee into an unknown cave. Level 7 drops the squad into the middle of a brand new world, with absolutely no one to depend on besides themselves. They quickly befriend a village, and after a while, they discover another human living in the Night Realm. Unjo then informs them that the only thing standing between them and Grimgar is thousands of orcs, and a fire-breathing dragon. You never would have guessed it, but the stars align, giving our squad plus Lala and Nonon the opportunity they needed to escape. It wasn't exactly pretty, but they wind up making it through the city and into the dragon's lair, where Haru barely escapes with his life. Level 8 takes place smack dab in the middle of enemy territory, and it begins with the squad getting split up into 3 different pairs. Haru and Yume meet the Rocks, aka the 4th team in the Daybreakers. Shiho and Kuzaku meet the Hidden Village, while Mary and Ranta get captured by the enemy. Ranta then joins the enemy in order to save Mary, while Haru offers up his eyeball as payment for Satora's help. Ranta then realizes that monsters are no different than humans, just as a battle breaks out. Haru then uses the chaos as an opportunity to rescue Mary, and is then forced to almost kill Ranta in order to escape. Level 9 jumps back to the moment that Haru snuck away to rescue Mary. Kuzaku, Yume, and Shiho barely manage to escape the battlefield, and they get split up in the process. Now Yume battles and befriends a goblin, while Shiho is dying, only to be saved by the rocks. Satora then joins Haru and Mary, and quickly claims Haru as her personal lover. Shiho is then attacked by a wyvern, and the rest of the squad and friends come to her aid. Level 10 has the squad, excluding Ranta, back together as they flee from a group of vicious gorillas. They jump off a cliff to escape their pursuers and randomly stumble upon a village. Now they have no idea who lives here, but one thing leads to another and the entire squad has become prisoners. Oddly enough, it turns out that the leader of this village, named Jesse, actually has his memories from his time on Earth. He then tries to explain everything to Shiho, but something inside of her brain prevents her from remembering. The gorillas then begin attacking the village, and the squad helps Jesse defend it. This battle goes on for a while, and Inba is actually the first casualty. They then get overwhelmed and flee into the prison as a gorilla then rushes into the prison, and Mary steps up to defend Haru. She swings her staff, but the gorilla catches it. Mary lets go, just as the gorilla grabs her, leans in, taking a massive bite out of her collarbone. Level 11 picks up immediately after Mary's death, where the squad is struggling to survive the onslaught, but they hold on just long enough for Jesse to come to their rescue. He then tells them that he is willing to sacrifice himself to bring Mary back to life, and Haru quickly asks him to do so. We then see Ranta battling and fleeing from Takasagi. He is then attacked by a beast, only to be rescued by Takasagi. At the village, we see Mary come back to life, but she now seems to know significantly more about the world of Grimgar than she did before she died. The squad then escapes the village and comes face to face with an unknown monstrosity, though Mary saves the day by casting a high-level fire spell, but she's completely clueless and scared on how she just did that. So it seems that the ultimate goal of Grimgar is for the squad to return home to Earth. However, if you paid attention, you would have noticed that there is still one party among the Daybreakers that we are yet to encounter. Personally, I don't think that we will see any progression toward returning home to Earth until we meet up with Team EO. But don't worry, because that will happen within the next volumes.